What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of Swipe Up, where I share some of my favorite posts from Instagram. This is the 60th episode of the show. Let's get it started. Let's get it going with Francis Ngannou, the heavyweight, soon-to-be contender. Again, he's fought for a belt before in the UFC. But he's called out the Gypsy King, who is what's his face, Tyson Fury, who was training with Darren Till recently on Instagram, saying he's preparing for MMA. But Francis Ngannou wants to fight him in boxing. And for that training, for his boxing training, Mike Tyson is offered to help him learn, which is crazy because Tyson's like in interviews, he's had like a distance. He's like very outspoken about keeping his distance from boxing and not really wanting to participate in any way. But slowly you start seeing these videos of him kind of just showing that he really hasn't slowed down much. Like he still moves great, man. For an old dude, he's still in shape. So him training Ngannou, that's just insane. That's just insane. Because Ngannou is a scary dude. Throws heavy hands in the UFC, and he's on a run back to the title. Should be fighting for a title soon, hopefully. He's just looking for a fight. But yeah, looking forward to that. Don't really care if he fights in boxing necessarily. Like the Conor Floyd thing, I was very hopeful that Conor, because I'm not a fan boxing. I don't hate boxing. I hate the attitude of boxing fans and like the kind of superiority complex they have, thinking that it's like, the end all be all martial art, and it's. But, we've seen if you're just a boxer and you go into MMA, you're fucked. There's no chance you're going to win. It's not like the end-all, be-all fighting thing. But they have perfected it over the years. So seeing an MMA fighter go over there, even though all MMA fighters have boxing training, I don't know. Like, I don't care if they do it like also what's his name? Street Jesus. He wants to fight Canelo. I wouldn't mind seeing these MMA fighters go over there. I'm not going to pay for the pay-per-views like I did for the McGregor one. That was $100 pay-per-view. Fuck that. Yeah, but I'd be curious. I just love watching Francis Ngannou fight, and it'll be interesting to see what Mike Tyson can add to that. I mean, clearly more movement. Ngannou is like athletic as fuck. But anyway, moving on to my kind of street art. I love street art in general. One thing I miss from Denver was all the street art. There's supposed to be murals going up at some point in the valley. I think they were trying to do it for this year, but didn't work out, and maybe next year. But street art, the only type, I mean, you see like tagging, which is like very uncreative, just whatever. It's just, poverty writing. But then like you go to the Palm Springs museum, and like in a dirt lot, they fenced off, they have like slabs of concrete that they allowed artists to paint on. So it's kind of street art, but it's very corralled. It's not wild street art. It's not stuff you see out in the open. But this is taking like more of a traditional style of painting and then bringing it to the street, which I love the diversity. I would love to see more of that. Just like little flourishes, like these flowers on shit. It's just great. I love that. Moving on to another artist that I enjoy, Plastic Cell, does these little figurines of artists and MMA martial artists, but also like musicians. Joe Rogan has a nice collection of them, and they've done one of Rogan and his dog Marshall, and this one is Stylebender, the current middleweight 185-pound champion in the UFC, who's kind of like a Anderson Silva-esque, but for the new generation. Like he's the millennials version of Anderson Silva. Kind of. But yeah. So this is a great, and he's mentioning it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling when the figure comes out in good form without any missing fingers or lopsided head. Because the process, it's fun watching the process if you follow the account P Huang TRVN. I don't know what that stands for, but yeah, love it. All right, moving on to the best, the epic Joel Berg, Joel Jimenez from Kill Tony. This is him doing a flip in Sydney. They had a 3 shows out in Australia. Took the entire, the core of the band, Joel Jimenez and Jeremiah Watkins went. I think it's the first time the show has been in Australia. Red Band went. Red Band's falling apart, people. Red Band is falling apart. All this traveling, it's destroying the guy. But yeah, Joel Berg with the giant dildo. I also love the homage to the Chili Peppers with the sock on the cock, which he does on occasion, which was the original. When the first Mexican drum off happened on Kill Tony, it was Joel Berg. I believe it was the first one. He came out in a sock. And then that was kind of a regular thing until I think maybe it fell off or they just got pulled from YouTube a few times. And he's had to improvise with strap-ons and other different kind of dick paraphernalia. But yeah, I love that show. I love that band. I really enjoy doing the Photoshops for him too. It's way more challenging trying to do a Photoshop that involves so many different people. Because the show itself, Kill Tony, with the band, with the hosts, Red Band, Tony, Jeremiah, Joel Jimenez, Chroma Chris, they have guests. It's too much. It's too much, but I try. It's a fun challenge. But yeah, Joel Berg's the best. He's a legend. And go see him if you're out in Hollywood every Monday around 8 o'clock or live on YouTube. But that's it for this episode of Swipe Up. Let's do some shout-outs before we get out of here. Shout-out to Francis Ngannou. Shout-out Mike Tyson. Shout-out Art_Magazine. Shout-out Plastic Cell. Pihung TRVN. Shout-out Mostly Sorry. Shout-out Kill Tony. Shout-out Red Band. Get well soon. That's it for this episode of Swipe Up. New episodes of Swipe Up come out every week on Wednesday, but a new episode of The Ray Taylor Show comes out every single day, they're all the same. Anyway, subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Go buy my artwork. The holidays are coming up. I have close to 1,000 original paintings available for purchase for prices ranging from like $20 or $30 up to hundreds of dollars, depending on the size. So go find the one that you love and buy it. Buy it for yourself, buy it for somebody else, and save 25% when you use coupon code RTS. Follow me on social media at Ray Taylor. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!